Hi, welcome to Social Magnets, and this post today is called Tweeting Fat and Skinny Jeans, and my name's Ross Quintana. I'm going to share this post with you. We've all seen, we've all seen out there what happens when somebody tries to put too much body into some skinny jeans. It just doesn't work, and, everyone knows that. Well, the same thing is true with Twitter. We all have 140 characters, and those are our genes. And the problem is that a lot of people are trying to put too much into their Twitter. I see this all the time when I'm on Twitter, and if you know me, you know I'm always on there sharing information. So one of the things that I want to help you with today is to make sure that you are able to get retweeted and make sure that you can expand your reach. A lot of people think that they've got to go add a whole bunch of followers to expand their reach, and actually most people are losing out a whole bunch of audience, potential audience, because of the way that they tweet. So we all have 140 characters, and if you use all 140, when someone wants to share your link, they can't. Because what happens is the system's going to put in a little RT, which stands for retweet, and then your username. So depending on how big your username is, my username is at Ross_Quintana. So by the time you add the RT plus the space plus the @ symbol, your username, and then another space or colon for the actual tweet, you're up to that's 17, 18 characters right there just for one name. So it really adds up, and depending on how big your username is, that may change it. So that's one of the advantages of having a smaller username as far as your overall reach. It's very subtle strategies that can really add up, though, and impact long term how much reach and how much magnification you're going to get from your followers. So a great example is, say you have 1,000 followers, and then basically say they have 1,000 each. What happens is, on your first level, if you tweet something, it only goes out to 1,000 people. And if they all, though, retweet what you have in that example, that second level would be 100,000 people that would reach. And you can see how it gets exponential as it gets bigger. So being retweeted, going from 1,000 to 100,000, is a substantial difference as far as getting your message out there and driving traffic. And the same goes as if you can get retweeted. Maybe the people who are retweeting you, some of them have loyal followers who will retweet them, and so you'll get to that third level. And when you get to that third level, you really expand your potential. So you need to think about those levels and do what you can to make sure you leave enough space so that it can go to the second level, and it could go to the third level. Possible. If you really want your message to spread, you have to stop using all 140 characters. That means you're going to have to be smarter about how you post your tweets, and that takes us to the first tip. I got 5 simple tips to help you expand your reach and reach more people. And the first tip is leave at least 20 characters. In other words, you have a counter when you go in to enter your tweet, and it'll tell you, and nobody should be trying to squeeze the fat into the skinny jeans there. Nobody should be using 140 characters for their tweets. Try and limit yourself to, say, 120 or 100 if you really think your message is spreadable. And that means that you allow that room to really get deeper into your audience. Tip number 2 is don't waste characters that aren't necessary. Now that means if your text says "it is," then you can save one character by putting "it's," it''s. That's one character save. Secondly, if it says "you are," you can say "you are" with the apostrophe. Try and shorten it where you can, and rework your title if you have to. Great titles are always minimal, which means they're easier to remember and better to be spread if it's something simple and profound, yet compelling. So try and get compelling in as small a space as you can. Don't have a very wordy title to your post. The tip number 3 is be careful about using hashtags. Hashtags are great, and what they are, if you don't know what they are, it's the number sign and then a little keyword or tag. So a hashtag could be the number sign social media. So say I had a post about social media, and I say, hey, 10 tips to get blog traffic, and then I put hashtag social media. What that lets people do is go up into the search bar and type in hashtag social media and see all the tweets that have that tag on them. So it's a great way for you to organize your material or get your material in front of people who are searching for that topic. The problem is some of these hashtags can be long, and sometimes if you put 2 or 3 hashtags trying to make sure that you're getting searched, you've used up again all that real estate. You only have 140 characters. If you're smart, you're only using 120 or less, and that includes hashtags. So think about that and use those wisely. Next is tip number 4, shorten your URL. Not all URLs and programs shorten them, so if you're cutting and pasting a URL, a lot of times the system will shorten it for you, but there's some different programs out there to shorten your URL. You can go to Bitly or Awesome or Google. Just Google URL shorteners, and you'll be able to find a whole host of them, and some of them do tracking and stuff for you. But the whole point is, watch every character you can gain back in your URL is another character you can invest in a better topic or title or more hashtags. These all work together. In other words, it may seem silly, people thinking, oh, come on, Ross, you know, am I really that worried about saving one character? Well, yes, you are, because a character saved in one area can allow you to have a better title, more creativity in your title. It can allow you to have a little longer URL. It can allow you to put more hashtags so that your information gets shared more. So every little thing that you do really adds up when it comes to Twitter. My 5th tip is watch out for the sites where you auto post. Well, there's a lot of sites out there where you can click tweet or tweet this or retweet or whatever it is, and by default what they'll do is they'll take a URL, some of them will shorten it, some of them won't, and then they'll take the text from the post and they'll fill it in all the way up to 140, so they're maxing out at 140 and they cut it off. The problem is again, just like we already learned, a lot of them will let you have a little screen that pops up, and you need to delete some of that information so that you're leaving yourself a good 20 characters on there, because by nature they'll fill it all up. So if you really like an article and you're posting it, it won't get retweeted. And the reason why you want it to be retweeted, even if it's not your material, is because when it's retweeted, they'll add your username and direct people back to you. So now you get some traction and credibility with that. So if you go post a great, you go to some site and they've got a great article on 10 blogging tips and you tweet it, make sure and delete that so that when your followers can thank you by retweeting your post, then all of a sudden now your name is associated with that and it reaches new people and they say, gosh, I'm glad that Ross Quintana brought me this article on 10 things, and that'll help you get followers and some other things. So that's it for today. 5 simple tips on how to solve the problem of tweeting fat and skinny jeans. Keep tuned in to us, subscribe to us. You can leave comments on our channel. We love to hear it. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of videos where I'm going to break down strategies. We're going to have everything from simple videos on how to use different social media tools to advanced strategies and understanding of how to use these tools. So you can see more at socialmagnets.net and subscribe there and comment. Until next time, I'm going to say cheers.